नमस्कार दोस्तों, स्वागत है आपका के न्यूज़ 24/7 में। तो चलिए देखते हैं आज की हेडलाइंस। आउटलुक 2024 मोदी पुतिन ट्रंप set to dominate global politics in 2024. Key electorals shape future of democracy. Russia's Vladimir Putin looks set to remain in power until at least 2030. India's Narendra Modi seems certain to extend his rule to 2029. And Donald Trump could return to the White House despite charges of subverting US democracy. For those who worry that authoritarian rulers are firmly in the ascendant over more liberal Democrats, there is likely to be much to fret about in 2024. In all, the governance of more than a quarter of the world's population will be at stake in election next year, including Taiwan next month, Russia in March, India by May, and the United States in November. Britain is also likely to elect a new parliament by the end of 2024, though that vote could slip into January 2025. But no contest could have a bigger impact on the debate over the future of democracy than the US presidential election. Decode politics behind Kashi Tamil Sangamam, BJP's game plan for the long run. The Sangamam comes at a time when opposition parties have insinuated a north-south divide after the BJP's comfortable assembly election. Victories in 3 Hindi heartland states, Madhya Pradesh, Chhattisgarh and Rajasthan, but defeat in Telangana despite the initial hype it created there. This year, the party lost an assembly election in Karnataka 2 earlier this year, and in Tamil Nadu it is as yet not as powerful a political force as the Dravidian parties. From PM Modi to senior party functionaries and spokesperson, BJP leaders have criticized the opposition in recent weeks over talk of the north-south binary COVID variant JN1 in Kerala. Indian state says don't panic as COVID case rises. India's Kerala state has asked people to stay cautious but urged them not to panic after an increase in COVID cases. The southern state has witnessed the increase after the detection of JN1, a sub-variant of COVID-19. It has been previously found in several countries including the US and China. The World Health Organization WHO says all approved COVID-19 vaccines will continue to provide protections against JN1. The southern Indian state currently had 1324 COVID-19 active cases and reported 4 deaths from the disease on Saturday. Officials have attributed this to the high testing rate in the state, but it is not clear how many of these cases are related to JN1. Only a small numbers of samples are routinely genome sequenced to keep track of different variants of the virus. State Health Minister Veena George said there was no need to worry and the situation was under control. The JN1 sub-variant was found in Kerala earlier this month in a positive RT-PCR test sample, officials said. It was detected as part of the ongoing routine surveillance by the INSA COG, a network of laboratories that has been monitoring COVID-19 in India, they said. The patient, a 79-year-old woman, had mild symptoms of influenza-like illness and has since recovered. Israel's Gaza war threat to our national security, Egypt's president says. Egyptian President Abdel Fattah ALCC said on Monday that the Israel-Hamas war is a threat to national security. This ongoing war on our eastern borders, which calls for the mobilization of all our efforts to prevent its continuation, represent a threat to Egyptian national security in particular and to Palestinian cause in general, Sisi said in a televised speech after winning a third term as president. Abdel Fattah ALCC was chosen as Egypt president again. The outcome of the December 10 and 20 poll was widely expected after the former army chief with the fondness of infrastructure mega project campaign against a small field of relative unknowns. It secured 69-year-old CC his third and, according to the Egyptian constitution, final term in office, starting in April and set to run for 6 years. The masks are back. Singapore records 56,000 more COVID-19 cases, new subvariant JN1 found in China, India. With half a lakh of COVID-19 cases in Singapore, a new subvariant JN1 in Kerala, and 8 fresh cases in Tamil Nadu, a call for masks around the globe is back. In a fresh surge, Singapore recorded 56,000 more cases in a week, leading the health ministry to issue an advisory for citizens and travelers. An estimated number of 56,043 cases, COVID-19 cases, were recorded in the week of December 3rd to 9th, 2023, rising from 32,035 cases in the previous week, according to the ministry. Chinese mainland detected 7 mild and asymptomatic cases of contracting the COVID-19 subvariant JN1 in about a month, with at least 40 other countries reporting the subvariant as of December 10. According to a Beijing-based immunologist, more cases of the JN1 variant are expected as the virus has no boundary. But it is not a concern of the public because new variant of the novel coronavirus can appear in the future, Global Times reported. Night temperature falls below 10 degrees Celsius at 10 places in Odisha, Bhubaneswar and Cuttack continue to feel the chill. With cold waves sweeping Odisha, the mercury plummeted below 10 degrees Celsius at 10 places in Odisha, with G. Udayagiri in Kandhamal and Kiri in Sundargarh being the coldest at 8 degrees Celsius in the last 24 hours, the Indian Meteorological Department informed on Monday. Similarly, Koraput recorded 8.6 degrees Celsius, followed by Anugul, Keonjhar, Phulbani and Dadingbadi. Also in Kandhamal, each at 9 degrees Celsius, Ranital in Bhadrak at 9.6 degrees Celsius, and Sundargarh and Raulkela each at 9.8 degrees Celsius. The twin cities of Bhubaneswar and Cuttack also continue to be in the grip of cold wave conditions, with minimum temperature hovering around 13 degrees Celsius for the third consecutive day. A temperature of 13.5 degrees Celsius was recorded in both the cities. Amid the prevailing dry weather, the state is also experiencing foggy conditions. The weather agency has forecast shallow to moderate fog at 1 or 2 places in Koraput, Kalahandi, Kandhamal, Bolangir, Bodh, Anugul, Dhenkanal, Rayagada, Jharsuguda, Sundargarh, Keonjhar and Mayurbhanj districts during the next 48 hours. There will also be no large change in the night temperature across Odisha during the next 4 to 5 days, it added. ऐसे और न्यूज़ को जानने के लिए जुड़े रहिए के न्यूज़ 24/7 के साथ.